Welcome to Slow News Day with Kevin Clark. I'm Kevin Clark.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was new. That was a new sound. Headlines. All right, what's changing in the NFL? Everything. Games moved, starting with Patriots Broncos moving to next week. Whole bunch of other changes to Jets games. Everything is being moved around. Now, there's a couple of things to unpack here. Number one is that this is an aspirational schedule, because the NFL, every time there's a COVID interruption, says, oh, here, look, we move this around, a little shell gamer, move this around, everything's fine. What we know from the last 6 months of COVID interruptions across the world is that making plans based on what we know about COVID now, it just causes you to make more plans down the road. If you're going to attempt to have a full season with players who've opted into this, the number one priority should always be the health and safety aspect. That doesn't just mean with COVID. What it means is that you cannot change these games around and create another health crisis with the actual football element. This is a brutal game. These guys are getting the crap knocked out of them every week. You have to give them enough rest. You have to give them bye weeks. You have to give them mental and physical breaks from the most brutal season in all of sports. And so that is why the NFL has to extend the season to 18 or 19 weeks. Let every team play 16 games, but do it in a way that keeps the bodies intact of these players who play an absolutely grueling sport, a ghoulish sport in some cases, and there is no downside to it. February 7th is the date of the scheduled Super Bowl. Do we have somewhere to be? The NBA played its finals in October. The Stanley Cup was just a couple of weeks ago. There was a report last week from Adam Schefter. He said the NFL was considering, if all teams don't play 16 games, maybe you change the playoff formula and you do it based on winning percentage. But that doesn't really solve anything. One solution would be to expand the playoffs as baseball did, but even that doesn't solve anything because these guys can't play too many games. You cannot start adding games for the teams that got through their season without a COVID interruption. That's just brutal on their bodies. You can't have teams playing 22 games. The only way we're going to be able to play these games safely, both from a COVID standpoint and from just a football health standpoint, adding to the season, giving these guys rest, playing the Super Bowl in late February. Has to happen right now.
The whole thing with like the slick back hair, you really look like a villain from a really good cartoon from the 60s.
Because that's better than a bad cartoon from the 60s. Trey Wingo, second time on Slow News Day.
See, that's a you problem, the way I look at it, Kevin. Like if you ask me once and it's terrible, that's on me. But if I'm terrible and you ask me again, that's really on you.
So it wasn't terrible because, and we'll bring this up here, you took a very hardline stance on Lake Bell's nationality.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Lake Bell was born in New York.
She's English. She's English.
So you insisted that she was British. It seems to me that she's not British. Lake herself addressed this, saying that you make a very compelling case, but she did not confirm or deny that she was British.
She left it open.
She left it open. It's been 8 months. Have you evolved on this particular stance?
Well, first of all, kudos to you for getting Lake Bell to comment on this. I missed that. So I feel like I have let you down by not acknowledging that part of what happened. But if Lake is going to throw some ambiguity in there, I am all for Lake ambiguity.
I feel like that's part of the celebrity mystique, is you don't want to rule out that you might be British and then just keep people guessing. Trey, let's talk about football here. So Aaron Rodgers is an MVP
Phenomenal
candidate.
Yeah, I think he's the MVP.
How much are we crediting Jordan Love, Rookie of the Year for me, because he pissed off Aaron Rodgers so much?
Either the Jordan Love pick is brilliant because it was the motivation Aaron Rodgers needed, or it was a complete waste of time because this guy's not going anywhere and he's still on top of his game. So if we're doing the Kevin Clark conspiracy theory, I think we have to go, the Packers knew by taking this pick, it would tick Rodgers off so much that we would get Super Aaron, which is what we're getting. I mean, can you literally name his starting pass catchers right now? Can you literally name them?
Not after with Lazard and MVS. I mean, there's some injuries there, but we shouldn't be able to. The point is, it's the same people that it's been the last couple of years. It's just pissed off Aaron. That's what it is. That's the difference. Lazard, MVS, Tanyan, those guys were on the roster last year.
Well, and that's the interesting thing for me. Look, Russell Wilson's played great. There's no question about it. But you and I can both look at this objectively and say, would you rather have Russell Wilson's supporting cast at wide receiver, DK Metcalf, Lockett, just to name a couple, or would you rather have MVS and Lazard and Tanya? I think we would all say, I think we'd take that group.
I agree with you. All right, I want to talk about the NFC East. I think of you as someone who, exactly. Explain to me why we can't get the NFC East off of our televisions.
Well, because of the market size. And here's the problem, okay? Here's the other problem. Whether you love them or hate them, the Cowboys are the Howard Stern of the NFL, right? People will hate watch to see them lose, and they will love watch to see them win. And we can all pretend like it's not a thing, but we all know it's a thing. The ratings for the Cowboys games are always higher than almost any other game that doesn't involve Patrick Mahomes. It's just the way it is. But the NFC East is a joke. Like literally, Doug Peterson's decision to play for the tie might win them the division.
Might win the win is yes. Goodell and the NFL is thinking about a new playoff formula where it's based on winning percentage instead of wins or whatever.
Right.
If we're doing that, and if we're doing winning percentage over total wins, and not everyone's going to 16 games, punting to tie is one of the moves of the year.
Absolutely. And look, it's interesting because Roger and everybody in the league has always been very adamant that winning the division should matter. Yeah. Winning the division should mean something. If there was ever a year, now we're only 4 weeks in, but if there was ever a year where winning the division wouldn't matter, it would be 2020 and the NFC East.
I'm curious how you think the rest of this year plays out and just like, is this going to be chaos week to week now?
But what I found most interesting about this to this point, and again, it could change in a day because we saw that picture of Stephon Gilmore hugging Patrick Mahomes afterwards, that we have not had a player or team transmit to another player or team yet. It's all been confined with Patriot positive tests or the one Raider with the positive test, or obviously the Titans were now up to 20 positive tests on the roster. There hasn't been the jump from team to team. When that happens, then all bets are off. But to this point, at the moment we're doing this, that as of yet has not happened.
All right, let's go to the newspaper. Are you pro bat flip?
Yes. I don't understand why a sport that is, let's be honest, dying in terms of viewership, dying in terms of interest, dying in terms of attendance, and really is skewing older and older on a daily basis. They should embrace the bat flip the same way the KBO did, the Korean Baseball Organization. Own the bat flip and things will work better for you.
I want to ask you about the Dreams Challenge. You put a video up of you playing golf and drinking cranberry juice and playing Fleetwood Mac. That seems like you living your best life. I'm not even sure you needed a meme to upload that. I think you were just incidentally doing it.
It is how I enjoy spending my time. There's no question about it.
You ever see Van Halen, Trey?
Van Halen. I did. Yeah. Well, actually, funny football story. It's Super Bowl 27. Cowboys are going to go beat the Bills 52-17. Michael Jackson's performing at halftime. At halftime, I walk out of the Rose Bowl to use a payphone. Yes, kids, there used to be payphones. On the payphone next to me was Eddie Van Halen. So me being the idiot that I am, I think it's my first camcorder video recorder. I stick it in his face. I'm like, oh my God, Eddie Van Halen, how are you? He turns to me and just double birds me right away. And I'm like, I'm good with it, man. You're Eddie Van Halen. It's great to see you.
All right, let's do horoscope. You're a Virgo, I believe, right?
Correct, yes.
Beauty is mostly subjective. Even society standards are ever changing because it relies on freshness. Aesthetic pleasures abound today.
Well, I'll take the flexibility on the beauty and run with it because that's helpful for me.
All right, I'm a Libra. Those in your inner circle have earned their place there. But check in with yourself to make sure you're still giving and getting what's needed. This is about my crew here on Slow News Day, and they're giving and getting what I need.
Like the Lake Bell ethnicity, this is very much open to interpretation. I don't think ethnicity is the right word there. By the way, it's not
nationality.
Nationality, yeah. So again, apologies to Lake Bell.
All right, let's do Club Kevin, who crushed it last week, Trey.
But it's hard to not say Aaron Rodgers didn't crush it, right? I mean, I think since we've been doing the QBR thing since 2006, he has the best QBR through 4 games than we've ever seen.
I will say this about Aaron Rodgers, is that I'm not putting him in for his play because a lot of quarterbacks have been really good. I'm putting him in for
the flex in the end zone?
For the flex on Pat McAfee's show, in which he said, a down year for me
is a career
year for anybody else, which is not exactly true. because his down years were kind of
No.
average, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It doesn't
Right.
matter. He's reframing the debate on those down years, and I like it. I love cocky Aaron Rodgers. I love pissed off Aaron Rodgers. This is amazing.
Well, it's like the old George Costanza line. Remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
The life lesson here, short memory, and then as
Yes.
soon as things start going right, talk
Yes.
tons of shit. Aaron Rodgers, life lesson for us all. Thank you, Trey.
You got it. Keep the stash. Love it.